Moment for God.
Take a deep breath. You are never alone. God's presence is always here. Open your heart, cleanse your mind, and receive today's scripture.
Welcome to the deep dive. We got some really interesting excerpts sent in this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, specifically James 3, verses 5 and 6. And what, immediately jumped out was just the sheer power packed into our words.
Right. It's quite something.
So that's what this deep dive is about, really trying to understand that impact, how something, well, frankly, small like the tongue can have such massive influence.
Absolutely. Looking at those verses, it really highlights how everyday speech, something we might not even think much about, it can ripple outwards in big ways.
Okay, let's maybe start with James 3.5 then. You flag that part about the tongue being small but making sort of great boasts.
Yeah.
And then that image, the really vivid one, of a tiny spark setting a huge forest ablaze. What was it about that analogy that grabbed you?
Well, I think it's that idea of disproportionate effect, It's fascinating.
Disproportionate effect.
Yeah, like how something minuscule, a tiny flame, can cause, widespread destruction. And it connects directly to words, doesn't it?
It seems to.
A seemingly small comment, maybe even offhand, can ignite major problems. Think about it, a little bit of gossip, a poorly timed remark.
Uh-huh.
How quickly can that escalate in families, workplaces, communities? I mean, have you ever seen that happen? A small word just spiraling.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You see a tiny comment land wrong, and suddenly there's this huge fallout. It's quite alarming sometimes.
It really is.
And the source seems to stress that this power, it can go both ways, good or bad, but the potential for harm from, say, careless words, damaging reputations, breaking trust, it seems pretty significant.
And building right on that spark idea, verse 6 then, wow, it really doubles down.
It does, doesn't it?
It calls the tongue a world of evil among the parts of the body. That's incredibly strong language.
World of evil. Yeah, it really is stark. And it goes on saying it can corrupt the whole person.
A whole person.
And sets your life on fire, suggesting this destructive source behind it. When you read that, what kind of real world examples pop into your head? How does that negativity manifest?
Well, the things that often come up are exactly what you'd expect, right? Gossip, lies, slander, stirring up division.
Right, the classics.
They perfectly capture that destructive force. It's like the tongue, if it's not, guarded, it just becomes this channel for negativity, spreading through everything. And it makes another key point, too. Our words, they often show what's really inside, don't they? Like a window to the heart, kind of.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so given this huge power, sometimes, honestly, a bit scary power, what's the main takeaway for you? What's most relevant for us thinking about these verses?
I think fundamentally it's a call to be really self-aware.
Intentional.
Intentional with our words.
Exactly. Our speech isn't just neutral air. It has real power. It can wound or it can heal, build up or, tear down.
And that feels even more relevant today, doesn't it? With everything being instant.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just spoken words anymore. It's texts, emails, social media posts.
Right. They travel so fast and they stick around, that digital footprint. Precisely. And there's that subtle link in the text, too, about guarding our tongues being connected to, higher principles.
Yeah, I noticed that. It implies a certain standard, maybe.
It seems so. Speaking with, wisdom, kindness, truth, these aren't just nice ideas. They reflect positive values. They actively build a better environment for everyone.
It's about consciously choosing words that help things grow, maybe.
I think that's a great way to put it. Fostering understanding, not just reacting.
The big things seem to be recognizing this, almost outsized power our words have.
Huge power.
Understanding their potential for both, real good and significant harm.
Right. Both sides of the coin.
Which points to this need for us to be really mindful, really deliberate in how we communicate.
Spot on. It's a constant reminder, isn't it, that even small things we say carry weight. They create ripples.
Yeah, they really do. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. As you go about your day, think about the forests your words might touch.
Good question.
What little sparks are you putting out there, maybe without even realizing it? And I suppose, how can you choose words that build up, that help things flourish, instead of accidentally starting fires?
A very powerful thought to end on.
Thanks for exploring this with us today on The Deep Dive.